Okay, what's good? Welcome to the 4MF podcast. I'm your host with the most, and this is my partner in crime, F-Boy Tony. I don't know why I'm even doing this. This is already in the intro that you attacked. But on the YouTube, it's not in that, right?
Well, I don't know what Alvaro puts in anymore.
I don't know. Okay, cool. Today we are joined by an amazing guest. He goes by the name of Vlad Impaler. Vlad, no relation to Vladimir Putin, nothing like that. He's a great comedian, a great friend of 4MF. He's one of these people that is really hard to get a hold of, man. So we're actually very lucky to have him today.
Thank you very much. It's very, very good to be here.
Yeah?
I had to take time off my minimum wage job. Because they said they'll pay me 50 pence more. So I said, yeah, fuck it. I'll be here.
Oh, shit. What am I saying? Dude, it's actually nice to see you because you're always forever busy, man. Every time I'm trying to get your ass, you're always busy, man. You're like harder to get than fucking Corona.
Yeah. I already had Corona twice, so I wouldn't say it's hard to get.
Okay.
I feel like sneezing now.
Yeah. Okay, let's be very honest.
Yeah.
Have you had Corona?
No.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't know. Maybe
okay.
I was one of these asymptomatic people. Is that how you say asymptomatic?
Asymptomatic.
Asymptomatic.
I don't know about
Asymptomatic.
As you see, this podcast is about an English course. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Can you tell us about Vlad? Who is Vlad?
Who is Vlad? Yeah, so I'm from Macedonia in the Balkans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a...
I don't know it.
Yeah,
It sounds like something near the mountains, Macedonia.
yeah, it's like it's got mountains around.
Isn't
It's
it something from like those movies like Conan the Barbarian or something? The Balkans.
No, yeah, the Balkans. Yeah, it sounds mythical, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
Well, there was the old Macedonia, which was like Alexander the Great,
Oh, okay.
and he went to conquer he had the first world empire.
So you're from the new?
Well, that's the thing. Now my country's called North Macedonia.
Oh, okay. He's
'Cause
from the
there's
hipster part.
Yeah, I'm the hipster. It's a small place. It's like
Gentrified.
yeah, it's like 1 million people.
Okay.
No, still the same people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like you go back 200 years, you still see my same cousins. Like
Wow.
everyone.
Cool. Keep it in the family.
Yeah, it's like 1 million people. It's like 5 Croydons. That's the whole thing.
Everyone knows everyone.
Yeah, man. Like Tinder's like a WhatsApp group for us. You know? That's where I text my grandma for lunch.
All right. Okay. You're from Macedonia.
Yeah.
How did you end up in bloody London?
Oh man, so I went to Malta and I studied there and lived there for a bit.
Beautiful place.
Yeah, beautiful place, tiny island as
I
well.
was in St. Julian's.
St. Julian's.
Oh,
Have you been?
beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's a bit. That's the commercial side. You know?
Okay.
Then in the north you have like the lands, the caves and the cliffs. Crazy driving though. Have you noticed? Like,
No.
the traffic.
Yeah. I got like an Uber out there once, and the guy got to St. Julian's. We was on the other side of the island. The guy got to St. Julian's like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
He was literally doing like.
It is small though. It is a
doing
small
like
island.
150 on the motorway.
Really?
I was so scared for my life.
Yeah, that people die there all the time.
Yeah, I came back.
Okay, so what is it you do for a living aside from comedy? Because clearly they don't find your job to be essential work. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, well, thing is, I was working at a pizza place.
Okay.
Just to get by. I'm not gonna say their name so they don't get free branding.
Yeah.
It's called Pizza Pilgrims.
Well, I know one in Shoreditch.
Yeah, they have a Shoreditch branch. I used to work at the one in City.
Okay.
Yeah. And it kind of worked out well because they didn't open on weekends. So weekends I could do gigs.
Okay.
And especially in the beginning, it was a hustle, you know. So do 3 or 4 shifts, try to get, you know, whoa.
That's our talented videographer.
Yeah.
That's
our cue when we say the wrong thing.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you were working at Pizza Pilgrim.
Yeah, just to pay the bills. They were really nice to me though. They made me like I did a show there at their place.
Okay.
Yeah, and the owners are quite chill. They're like they're quite young as well. It's got a nice vibe, you know. And then I was doing open mics.
Yeah.
And I gave myself a deadline. I gave myself 2 years. So I moved to this country.
Is that short? I don't know. Is that a good deadline?
I mean, I think so. 'Cause at one point, I was like, if not, I gotta move on. I gotta build a career in something.
Yeah,
right? If I want to have a family one
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
If I want to have children. And so, well, it's not really a question whether I want to have children. It's
Yeah.
a question of my fiance. Whether she decides, and she has decided she wants children.
Big words, fiance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, fiance, right? It sounds a bit. I don't know. I like girlfriend better.
Yeah, girlfriend.
Fiance
girlfriend
sounds
and wife.
scary.
Just
Yeah.
fiance just sounds like
Scary.
Yeah, French.
yeah. It sounds like yeah.
Sounds like you do want to commit fully.
Exactly.
Like,
it sounds
let me
like
do the
she's
fiance.
looking at you like you gotta put a ring on it, and you're just like trying to buy time.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're like, oh, okay,
So
let's
bought
go.
like a small ring.
Yeah, let's go up a notch.
Up a notch.
yeah,
The clock is
So I can get all the kinky stuff in the bedroom you promised.
exactly.
Anal and all that.
Gotta save that for the wedding now.
No, man, you throw on a little fiance on it, and you can get the anal
Bro,
ahead of time. But anyway,
You gotta have a test trial before you get married.
yeah,
Otherwise, what if you just do all the crazy stuff when you get married? And like, nah.
yeah.
Like, you know,
You already spent 10k on the wedding. You're done. There's a baby on the way. There's a little mini Vlad.
overindulged.
Yeah, overindulged.
Okay.
Exactly. So let's get back.
Yeah.
To it,
Pizza Pilgrim, comedy,
Pilgrim.
2 years.
2
How
years,
how far are we in with the 2 years, and are we still at Pizza Pilgrim? Run us through.
Yeah. Basically, so I moved to this country in January
Mm-hmm.
2018.
Okay.
That's when I came.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking hard, man. Moving here, like they always like fuck. I don't have a mobile number. I don't have a job. I don't have an address.
Mm-hmm.
You want to open a bank account? They need an address. You want an address?
And then you thought
they
to
need a
yourself,
bank
I will
account.
tell jokes.
Yeah. I came with that.
How much did you come over with?
Jesus.
I had-
With saving.
Yeah, I had savings.
Okay.
Between me and my girlfriend, we had about 3,000 euros.
Okay.
Oh.
It's about 2,500 pounds, something like
Yeah, I
that.
don't
Or a
think
night
that
in
would last
Vegas.
me a week.
Or a night
Yeah.
in Vegas.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell.
But
Okay.
you got started and you're here now.
Yeah, we got started.
So
and-
the 2 years worked.
yeah, the 2 years actually passed now in December. Yeah, last December. And I was on the brink of like, alright, let's
Going
see.
home. I'm back
I'm
here.
back here, I'm back.
Brexit
I'm
happened.
back.
Fuck these guys.
All my people at home were like, fuck, come back. We'll get the gypsy band for you.
You can tell
Bring back
jokes
as a
here.
soldier. Yeah.
I'm back to the mountains.
And then I did this competition at Up the Creek Comedy Club in
Okay.
Greenwich.
Yeah.
And I won it.
It's a big venue.
Yeah, it's a big venue. It's the oldest comedy club in London.
Yeah. Yeah. it's
And-
very
You've
famous.
been, right? You told me
I've never
about it.
been, but I've wanted to go for years.
What was the thing you went
I've
with
heard
Ed?
a lot about it.
Okay, cool.
Heard a
Never
lot
mind.
about it.
Sidetrack. That was
Yeah.
some personal shit.
Personal, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
I want to know what that is.
Okay, we're gonna interview me later.
All right, cool. You did Up the Creek, and what happened? You became a star.
Yeah, well, so there were in the finals, there were judges there, a talent agency. So a guy saw me. I won the final, and the guy saw me, and he signed me. So I got signed for Casaroto and Ramsey Associates. And then off the
Talk
back
to
of
us
that-
like we're silly. What is Castorado Hosta?
Right, so basically they're an acting agency, but they have a comedy department,
Okay.
right? And basically I got signed off the back of that, and then the guy was like, right, let's try and get you into some more professional comedy clubs, see if they like you, because you've got something going. And the guy, the agent, he specializes in up and coming comics.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he said, right, let's take you on and see how far it goes. And I'm like, you only have seen 7 minutes with me. How do you know that I won't be like shit after that? You know, it could be just a lucky break. And then I won a couple of other. I won the Gong Show at the Comedy Store.
Okay.
So I got an open spot there. And Cavendish Arms Comedy Virgins. They've been going for years in Stockholm.
Sorry, because
Yeah.
I'm silly. I
Yeah.
want to know, what was your first set? Like, you've come here, you said you want to do comedy.
Yeah.
How did you go about doing comedy?
Well, what I did was I had one line.
Okay.
Yeah, and that line was, "Hi, my name is Immigrant."
Immigrant. Oh, okay.
Which was, and I said, if I'm going to do comedy, whatever I'm going to do has to come from real life experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It can't come, I fuck that hacky jokes. I'm not going to do a joke for the sake of, oh, it's a
Quick
joke.
laughs, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to do it because I feel like that's who I am. That's what I live.
Yeah.
So I went up on stage Yeah, I think my first gig was like in East Ham, G&B Comedy.
Okay.
It was like in this small bunker. It felt like a World War One shelter. I walked in and I said that first line, and I didn't have any jokes after that. I just started talking, and I recorded it. And then after the gig, I listened to it and I said, right,
That works.
that does it, that works, that does. And I started slowly building a 5.
How did the first one go?
It went alright.
It went okay.
I mean, it was like 2.5 out of 5.
Have you had worse after?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say where.
Okay. I'm gonna go straight into the hard part. Do you feel like when you go, hi, I'm immigrant, all the people, especially the conservative people, might be like, now I have to laugh because I don't want to seem like I'm against immigration.
You know, that's a good point. There's sometimes some gigs that I do, there's so much like laughter out of tension.
Yeah.
Just like but at the same time, like even conservatives, they want to hear your point.
Yeah.
Like deep down, they're like, I fucking hate you, but I want to hear what you have to say. And then one guy was like, you know, that I made into a bit, heckled me, said, "Oh, you stealing our jobs?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I told him like, you can't steal a job if it's vacant, right? Like immigrants do jobs no one else does.
Yeah, exactly,
right?
exactly.
Like, you know, you go to like, when's the last time Tom from Essex sold you a kebab? That's what I told him. It's like, it's Jalal from Bangladesh. Your Uber driver? It's Jalal again. He's working 2 jobs. He's everywhere. He's running my Tinder WhatsApp group. Swipe right for Jalal.
Okay, I'm gonna say this because I've known you to be a tested comic. So I know you work well in the white rooms and in the urban. Because I didn't know we fell under the urban, but you know, I guess we do. I guess we do fall under the urban. How many urban gigs would you say you've done?
I would say it's 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 50% of the time it's. I mean, some of the gigs are even.
What do you prefer? What's easier?
Well, I think you learn more at urban gigs.
Yeah.
You learn more at urban gigs, and you learn more at like some random pub gigs, you know.
Yeah.
Like once I did this pub gig in a village outside Leicester. Super rowdy, no stage, no lights.
Yeah.
Just gave me the mic. Like, yeah, you're on. No announcement or anything. You go up and, you know, I tried to do jokes and there's some guy at the bar like, you fucking cunt. I'm like, okay, it's you and me roasting for 45 minutes. So just improvise. And by half time, I had like the room split. Half of the room was on his side, half of the room was on my side. And because it was such a small town, like at halftime they gave me like gossip about the guy because they know him. Oh, roast him. His wife lives in Spain and he's a barber and this and that. So just roast him about that.
Fucking hell, sabotage. But okay.
Yeah. So you just like riffing. You don't, and that's what you kind of.
I feel like good comics can riff.
Yeah, and you have to have that. You have to learn to have that sort of like thick skin because otherwise, if you just stick to the script 100% of the time, at one point you're gonna fail. At one point,
thank you. I love that you're saying this because I've seen too many comics just stick to the script. I'm like, can't you tell? I think honestly, people can see that you're a funny person, and then people can see that you're trying to tell jokes. Yeah. When you're trying to tell jokes, it's almost like, but your jokes aren't working. Are you a funny person? People prefer funny people. Exactly. You know what I mean? Tony is like funny to me. He's hilarious. I don't know how he would do if he wanted to tell jokes. But I'm sure he could if he wanted to tell jokes.
Would you, Tony?
I think he could do well if he wanted to tell. But I think he's funny because he's a funny person. He's funny looking. It also helps that he's funny looking.
He's got that monobrow thing going on.
Dude, I ain't shaved it recently. I do shave it actually.
He's funny looking. So I feel like also, do you feel like your appearance helps with your jokes because you are fucking towering? Like you come on stage and it's almost like, okay, I've got to listen to this guy.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I think like that's part of the whole stage presence thing, right?
Well, looking huge.
No, just kind of positioning yourself in the middle. You gotta take center stage. You know, go do those squats, those deadlifts.
I struggle with it.
Take those steroids, whatever juice you need.
I need some of that shit. I need some Vlad juice. Oh wait, that's something wrong.
You need some Vlad juice straight from the source.
Bro, that's a different show altogether. Yo, check out my OnlyFans page. Selling my Vlad juice.
This is why I don't drink.
All the baby juice you want for the ladies out there.
So what initially got you started though? What motivated you when you started? What motivated you?
Yeah.
Comedy.
Yeah.
In Macedonia, the most funniest place.
What got you gearing up to actually want to perform stand up?
Yeah, well, actually, it comes like it's a bit of a long-winded story, but I'll try and keep it really short.
That's what.
Keep it within 40 minutes.
So,
40-minute window.
I was bottling my juice, yeah.
The Vlad
This was
juice.
the Vlad juice.
What flavor was that?
Pineapple. Yeah. I was spreading my
There it is.
juice.
You now have the Vlad juice on deck.
Yeah.
I was shagging my cousins. The usual in Macedonia. So second or third cousin.
Yeah. He's not a
classy,
pervert or anything.
Because you don't want them coming out with 3 nipples or a second penis on their back.
Yeah.
That's the radiation. No, actually, I was kind of going through a hard time.
Yeah.
I was like 19, 20. At this time, I used to be in this band as a teenager. I used to rent out equipment to some other local comics.
Yeah.
And I was going through some hard time, and a friend of mine came to visit, and we were watching this music videos, but like bloopers and things like that. And he made this joke. I don't remember what it was, but it made me really laugh.
Yeah.
And in those 5 seconds, it just made me forget about all the sad shit that I was going through in my life. And I told myself, that's it. Humor is the cure to
Sadness.
to everything. Yeah. Which is, I could have figured that out before that. I didn't really need to suffer to get through all that. And that's what I thought, wow.
You see, this is what scares me. How bad is Macedonia that it took you one laugh to realize, oh shit, this isn't a shithole. Life can be good.
Yeah, well, actually, it was personal. I mean, there's people in Macedonia who have a nice life.
Yeah.
But that's because
They live
of
outside.
nepotism.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They've got strong connections to the government and things like that.
Okay. Yeah, let's touch that real quick. How is corruption in Macedonia?
Oh, it's thriving, man. It's amazing. That's why when I first moved here, right, because I lived in Croydon for a bit, and I'm like, oh, this is nice. Reminds me of home. You know, I just stayed an extra year there. It's like, there is a lot of this whole backstabbing, political games, things like that.
In Croydon, it's more front stabbing.
It's more front
Stabbing.
Yeah, we don't do it like that. We like to do it more dirty, slap, stab in the liver.
Yeah, straight in with a twist. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
But I mean, the people are very the everyday normal people. They're very warm. They're very friendly, and they love foreigners. They love we have that mentality, sort of if a foreigner comes, oh, he's better than us, and we have to treat him as a guest. And
We say
Even
just next holiday?
Yeah, Macedonia.
Yeah,
I think they mean
I'm
different.
There's some people that owe money to, especially Igor.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. I'm not giving that money back.
You know that 3,000 euro he used to come over?
I just stole it.
Okay. I love that we touched on corruption because let me just hit you with this. And you might have heard of it, you might not have heard of it, but we'll go back because clearly this is the professional podcast we're running where we just don't go with structure.
Yeah.
And SARS. Have you heard of SARS?
SARS.
Yeah.
Yeah, the epidemic.
Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
Oh, you mean the band?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, of course I've heard. I've seen them live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them live.
Okay then. That was not what I was talking about. But what we're gonna talk about.
Sorry, I got in the whole pandemic thing. Come on, we got MERS, SARS, fucking A1H1, swine flu, Corona.
Okay. How has Corona been treating you in the lockdown?
Amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, locked it down and lockdown.
How did that work for you as a comic? Did you do any of the Zoom shows and all?
I did one Zoom show and that was weird.
Yeah.
Because I was doing my jokes and then there was lag. So I did my joke and nobody laughed. And I'm like, alright, keep moving. Then I moved 3 seconds into the joke and people start laughing. I'm like, fuck you, what's funny now? And it just and then my net went down and I crashed. And the Zoom ended. was like, fuck, I'm not doing this again. Like this is.
As a comic, how do you feel about that internet aspect of comedy?
Listen, if you're a TV comic, you can probably do like a talk show, say funny stuff, and people will watch it. But you cannot pretend on Zoom that you're doing a stand-up comedy show. The energy is not there, you know. You can be as excited and as happy as you want to be, but there's just not that connection. You're missing the human connection. That's what it's all about. Yeah.
On that one, how would you say he did? Okay, so just for the guys watching at home.
Oh, by the way.
Yeah.
Other than SARS,
Yeah.
there's a really huge band I really like, Dubioza Collective. Have you heard of them?
No.
They do songs in English as well.
Okay.
They're Bosnian.
Yeah.
Every Monday they do a live stream on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
Right now during this whole
Is there
quarantine.
lag?
They're similar to SARS, and like they've got some really good songs. They sing about immigration. They take the piss out of.
Yeah.
But the social commentary is
Actually,
on
so
this
there's a
podcast.
part of you
Yeah.
that has the musical element, right?
Yeah.
Why would you go for most comics want to do the music? Why didn't you ever do like the musical comedy type thing? Come on again.
Yeah.
Or do you find that too cliche or too?
I just feel like the whole guitar thing feels like I would be replicating Rem, you know, just like the whole white sad guy,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
feelings, and
And
the
who's the other
ukulele.
guy that did it? Bo, the guy that was on the piano on YouTube.
Bojangles.
Bro, Tim mentioned it as well, didn't he?
Yeah, there was a guy who was really big on YouTube. Yeah.
That
But
he did like the piano.
he did the piano and telling jokes as well. But what is it about you that just said, I'm not gonna go down that musical comedy route?
Yeah. Well, because I like drums.
Oh.
That says it all.
You can't bring a whole drum set to
To a
you
gig,
know,
huh?
yeah, just go.
You can, man.
Let me drum you the song of my people. You know, do like a whole Macedonian folklore. Yeah.
Okay.
But drum is actually like a really big thing in Macedonian historically speaking.
Are we talking cultural drums or drum? But
It's actually like a big drum.
Yeah.
Like this. And then you put it like there's a belt you put it on and then you
oh, okay.
yeah. It's-
When you want to go to war or something.
yeah, when we go to war, which is often. Yeah, I mean right now I'm really missing it. Yeah.
The war.
What, the war?
Yeah. I mean,
Not
it's
even
London.
enlisted
You
in
can
the
get
war.
chlamydia. That's as close to war as you get.
Oh, okay.
Gotta fight, yeah.
Hepatitis. You get disease, none of the bloodshed. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
There's a bit of blood sometimes.
So recently there was the Bill Burr
Yeah.
SNL.
That's in a monologue.
Did you see it, Tony? Bill Burr SNL?
I didn't, man. You didn't give me that cue.
I just watch these things because I care about comedy. Do you care about comedy?
I don't right now, man. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, fair enough.
Why am I here?
We told him that you play the drums.
He's gonna come with a whole drum set,
He's
serenade
trying
us.
to hire me for that.
Yeah, for his music video. Be the guy.
And here it is, a drummer from Macedonia.
He's a cool guy with presence.
What am I saying? Yes, Bill Burr. How did
Bill
you feel
Burr.
about that?
Man, I love Bill Burr. I mean, Bill Burr, first of all, he's got that sort of... He really follows his gut in comedy. Like, and he's fearless. And there's not many comedians who are fearless. Who
So,
talk about this
what I would do so that I can give him a bit of context and potentially our viewers, all 12 of them, a bit of context is Bill Burr did this bit on SNL where he was talking about like white women and how they kind of like it's similar to a Phil Cheesecake joke where he was talking about how the whole thing is focused on white men and as if white women aren't complicit. I'm telling this joke totally horrible because I understand it, but I'm not yet. So he was just talking about like how white women kind of like take the back seat, but they're also complicit in a lot of crimes or like a lot of things. And yeah, he also talked about the LGBT community and how the Black History Month is short, but the Pride Month is longer. And it's like, you know, I'm killing this joke terribly.
We need more pride in our Black history.
Yeah, well...
Yeah, that was a good one. If you're a gay black person, then you have twice the months.
Black people are everything.
No, but what he was trying to say is like gay people have a longer month, but they're not part of an enslaved group.
Yeah.
And then the people that are part of an enslaved group have the
Have something
shittiest month.
short,
Yeah,
yeah.
they have a shitty month. Well, with bad weather.
Well, first of all, yeah. I mean, Bill Burr has a lot of.
So, no, there was
Probably
lag.
like-
There was lag.
What was that?
No, my brain. I'm
Oh, your brain.
my brain. It just worked.
He's trying to say something.
Yeah.
My brain was like, what? I'm drinking. Leave me alone.
I'm on a Zoom call. This is my water.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, first, like, you know, Bill Burr goes way back. First of all, with Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
done the raised draft sketch, which was brilliant. And then obviously, let's not forget, he's in an interracial marriage.
Yeah.
As well, right? So
Who's that? Tiger Woods.
Bill Burr.
Bill
No, go on, Bill Burr.
Bill Burr, yeah.
Tiger Woods, fucking Tiger Woods, and Will Smith, cuckold factory.
Yeah.
No, so obviously he's got a bit of insight into that, and I feel like that even like with the whole what he touched upon with the whole Pride Month and everything, it just smells of white privilege in America. Even like, you know, I mean, when Caitlyn Jenner had that post like at the Vogue magazine,
Yeah.
and then Snoop Dogg kind of said, well, you know, why are we focusing attention on this when, you know, how about we focus on, like, Akon was providing like
Yeah.
$400 million like investment in Africa and things like that. So I feel like, again, everything is sort of catering towards the white man and white woman as sort of like the front end of American society.
Yeah.
Which I kind of feel what we spoke about is here as well, Tony, isn't it?
Yeah. No.
It's just a bit more indirect.
Yeah.
Sort of. So like there was that study that I read, like statistically, if you have like an ethnic name, then you're less likely to get the job.
Yeah.
Like on the CV and everything. Like, and then if you have an English name, you're like, oh, more in front.
Yeah.
So what I think it landed really well in the SNL bit. I think the cancel culture bit didn't quite, like, the audience was a bit like.
I think I feel like what I heard from a lot of comics is similar to what you're saying. He didn't have the luxury of working out the joke
Yeah.
because it's a lockdown and it's SNL. You can't really do that material for you know everywhere. I feel like the premise was strong.
Yeah.
It just didn't come across like a full-fledged joke.
Yeah.
And one thing I notice about you is you do talk about immigration a lot in your jokes. You do touch on racism. Not racism. You do touch on different ethnic minorities and stuff like that. Race.
Yeah.
See, that's what I have him for.
That's
Like,
why-
when I'm
that's what you gotta
when I'm
do.
having a brain fart,
Yeah.
he just comes through.
When he drinks, we drinks.
Yeah.
When he talks, he talks.
Yeah. So what am I saying? You do touch on race. How do you feel about jokes in regards to racism, and is there some jokes you just wouldn't touch because of the sensitivity?
Well, definitely. There's some jokes that you could be playing with fire, or that you think, right?
What
maybe
is that
if
a
I'm
joke
bit-
about Muslims or something?
No.
Come
No,
on,
but
man.
even listen, if you want to look at like things, even when I do the joke about, you know, when you're an immigrant and the stealing jobs and
Yeah.
about Jalal, you know, that comes from real experience. I worked with a friend of mine who was a dishwasher. His name was Jalal. He was doing 2 jobs, and I was kind of upset on his his name, on his behalf, because people are saying he's stealing jobs and he's not. He's working his ass off. But when you say that joke in public, you know, some people might be flabbergasted, or some people might get the angle of, oh, what is he trying to say that him and Jalal are in the same group, but there's people in the Asian community who do other jobs. Yeah, of course, but you know, that doesn't mean I'm trying to offend, actually. I'm talking in the name of ethnic minorities, you know, whatever, Eastern European or Asian or even black Caribbean, black other, who are struggling, who are in the same, we're in the same group, we're on the fringes.
Yeah, the same bubble.
Yeah, we're in the same bubble. We're struggling with, you know, minimum wage jobs. You know, it's hard to get a career going because of who you are, and you have to bring that to light.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think when you even reach a bigger platform, like say you go on TV or you have like a TV gig, and people will be scared because, like with that dance group that did the whole
Diversity.
diversity, that was a brilliant point. But then you saw like 15,000 complaints or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's maybe Britain's Got Talent is a big show, so they can handle that. But if it's a smaller TV network, they'll be like, right, our ratings are going down.
Let's not ever do that again.
Yeah.
We won't have money for the business, which is also a racist thing to do. But people do it out of concern for money or livelihood. But it's really important not to fall into the trap of fear. That's what it is. And you know, nobody's judging communities as a whole as long as you make sense.
How?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. How do you feel about cancel culture though?
Well, the cancel culture is just, man, a bunch of people, like a mob on Twitter. Well, we hate you. You're the next on our list.
Do you feel like some people?
We had cancel culture in Macedonia. It was called communism. It's like, oh, we don't like this guy. Boom.
Do you feel like some people deserve it, or do you feel like it's not?
Yeah.
It's sort of premeditated sometimes.
Listen, I think it started as a good thing.
Yeah.
Let's eradicate all the evil, but then it just ended up being like,
Got silly.
yeah, just fucking Kevin Hart. Yeah, let's.
Have you been cancelled before?
Me? No. I need to be big to get cancelled.
Yeah, that's the the terrible part. Why is it you can have the same views you have as long as you're not big, then you're okay. Like just go around saying throw babies off a cliff. As long as you're not a big deal. Or that's the thing, even when you say things now, it's not valid till when you blow up.
Yeah, exactly.
So this podcast,
yeah,
please do not cancel him for this podcast, okay? If anything, cancel Alvaro.
Please do, so I can go home. I'm tired of the West.
Oh God.
But this is the thing, people get uneasy. And I think that sometimes, like, people on the circuit, like, there was the Me Too movement in comedy here. And then some, you know, male comedians especially, like, oh, Vlad, that's the Me Too movement. Like, why are you whispering, Tim? What the fuck have you done? Have you done something? Have you chained a woman to the radiator? Is that why? If you're not afraid, you haven't done anything. Why the fuck are you? They got Harvey. They got the fucking the people who did the wrongs. And then like what Bill Burr said. Now it's getting a bit like, oh, they're just going after anybody because it's becoming a bit of a witch hunt.
Yeah.
Do you know any comics that got cancelled? Or that like got brought up in the whole Me Too thing?
Oh yeah.
Do you know any on the circuit that have done anything?
Well, if I know that they've done something, I'd be complicit, right? Because I don't know. Shall we start cancelling people? I know this guy from Macedonia.
He has 3 jobs.
Igor's cousin. He touched me once.
Oh, shit.
Trying to get the Vlad juice. I know how it is.
What was your what's your worst gig?
What's my worst gig?
Yeah.
Okay, I think my 3rd gig ever. When I came to London, I went to do the Gong Show at the Comedy Store.
Hold on, didn't you get scouted for this one?
Sorry?
Did you get scouted for that one?
No, that was the one to watch at the Creek.
Alright, cool.
What happened is I went there and I bombed after like 30 seconds. I did a joke about the Royals and it was just not the joke to open with.
No. And you lost them.
Yeah, I lost them. And then after 6 months, I did the whole Rocky thing. I was like, fuck, I'm going to come back and retaliate. And I won it after 6 months. But those were the worst 6 months of my life where I was just like, fuck it, I got to come back and win this. Yeah. Yeah, I remember I went out and I did the first joke and it was alright. And then I went to the Royal bit and just started murmuring. And then somebody called me a cunt. Oh. And they were like, alright. They cut the mic. And I was like, and people were like, why the fuck? That's your 3rd gig in this country. You barely speak English. Why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah. Okay, let me say this. From a comic standpoint, would you rather your mic get shut off or someone comes and gets you off stage, or would you rather they flash you, or would you rather stay on stage till you win the crowd back?
Yeah, I would rather stay on stage till I win the crowd back, for sure.
Does that really happen?
That could be all night.
That can take ages.
20 minutes after everyone's left.
Has that ever been a case where you've won them? Like,
listen, to really lose an audience, you have to be like either completely saying nonsense.
Mate, I've seen it a lot of times.
Yeah,
I've seen it where they've lost the audience, and that's the thing. The bringing it back, I've only seen it done a few times.
Yeah.
Like where people bring it
Do you
back.
know what? Yeah, sometimes some people are so bad that you got a nice crowd that just start laughing with you.
Yeah.
And it's like, this guy's funny because he's still up there trying.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that happened with that the Canadian guy. with the
Oh
beard.
yeah. But I think he acknowledged.
Stay.
But he
stay.
acknowledged that he was dying,
Yeah,
and that's what made it funny.
Yeah,
Some people are dying and don't acknowledge
Yeah.
they are dying on stage.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the worst.
That is the worst.
Like acknowledge that you are dying on stage.
Sorry guys, I'm bombing. I will go home and improve. I promise.
In front of the mirror, this went. In front of the mirror, this went
But
extremely.
before I go down, I want to talk about cancel culture. And then say something racist after that. Get cancelled.
Papi, what do we have left on the thing? Is there any things that we haven't
to
talked?
do the
Quirky question.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ready for the quirky question?
Quirky.
Welcome
question.
to Tony's
Yeah.
quirky question.
Well, one last thing I want to say to this is I feel like that's partly why I'm like on the urban comedy circuit is because I feel like I'm part of this community
Yeah.
more than I feel like I'm part of like,
The first time someone
Tim's
told me,
white England. You
the
know what I
first
mean?
time someone told me, "Oh yeah, your urban gig," I felt so violated. I was like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck do you mean by urban?"
Yeah.
If you notice, most of the comics on my thing are white. Most of the people that come to my things are
Yeah.
white. But I guess urban just means there's more black people, or is it ran by a black person?
Is that what they're
is
trying to say?
I
Like,
don't know.
This is black comedy.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't think anything I do has been considered black comedy. I think we've had like, no.
But even if they label it like that, fuck them.
No. It's just it's a surprising like when they say urban.
It's really weird because I feel like
what else can you do though?
I know. It's like someone comes, oh hey, you know that urban friend of mine? It's like, it's just the black guy.
Oh, yeah,
my urban friend. It's like, I don't know. It's
I'm
a
with
funny
the
one.
urban gang.
Yeah. I'm like, no, we both all live in Shoreditch.
Yeah.
Like, what is urban? That's an
I'm
area.
half urban, actually. Like, I got my Air Jordans, but I have a Black Sabbath T-shirt.
Yeah, so half urban, half contemporary. Okay,
Yeah.
so go on. Yeah.
Alright, quirky question.
No. He was saying something. He was finishing off.
finish?
Yeah, no.
You said you're part of. You said you feel urban inside.
Yeah, I feel urban inside. No, what I feel like is, I feel like white English people, they put stuff in the box, you know, everything is a box.
Yeah.
Oh, you're from Eastern Europe, so you must, like they ask me questions like, where are you from? Macedonia. Oh, I have a friend, Victor, from Romania. I'm like, that's another country. Like, they feel like, oh, that's one box.
Yeah, do you
And
know
then
Victor?
there's, Black Caribbean, that's another box.
Yeah.
And then Asian. Like, it doesn't work like that, you know? So,
And to the urbans, you're just a white guy.
to the urbans,
You're just to the urbans.
whoever the urbans are.
But also you said okay, let's get to Tony's quirky question. Sorry, I was gonna go off.
Yeah, fuck you. No.
Tony's quirky question.
Jesus Christ, man. This is why we don't drink no more.
Yeah, I swear we honestly.
Man had a one sip, Fucking hell. Alright, listen. Alright, cool. So, what inspired your outfit today?
My outfit.
Mm-hmm.
I had this chicken, and I burned it, and burned it really well. So that inspired my black jeans and black t-shirt.
That's cool. Cool. Alright, cool. Give me a saying you say a lot.
A saying I say a lot.
Saying.
To be fair.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Something that doesn't happen in Macedonia.
Justice.
Who in the UK would you really like to punch in the face and why?
What, like from celebrities or public or whatever? Just
Anyone on the circuit, maybe?
my landlord. He's on the circuit.
Is there a celeb that you really like to punch?
A celeb I really like to
Let's
punch.
make it tighter. A comic.
A comic I really like to punch.
A British comic.
A British comic. Fuck me.
Let's make it tight. Someone from the Gong Show.
Someone from the Gong Show. Oh, who did I really like to punch? What was one of those? Jack Whitehall. He's got a
Jack
punchable face.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd punch his
Sorry,
son.
Jack.
He looks like he'll press charges.
I'd punch his dad in the face. Alright, what skill would you love to learn?
For what? Just like skill in general.
Just a general skill.
Yeah. how to sell my lime juice globally. No, more improv skills. I'd really love to. Like,
with juice.
Yeah, with
cool.
Yeah.
What do you bring most to comedy in one word?
Diversity. Yeah.
Diversity. Yeah.
Juice.
Lower the standards.
Low standards. Cool, man. You put a dash in there. That's what I wrote. All right, cool. What would you do with £1 million?
Oof,
Keep it short.
Yeah, buy a house anywhere.
Is that it?
Yeah, man. Buy a house and get.
So you just retired?
Yeah, I'm just.
It's not even gonna follow up the passion. Nah, that shit don't make me happy no more. I got the money.
I'm gonna go home and build a statue of myself.
So it's funny.
Make my own cult.
It's funny you're saying this. You wouldn't invest in your own like Netflix special and sell it, or your own special and just kind of sell it, shop it around, or you don't think you're at that level
You
of
wouldn't
comedy.
even buy Instagram followers.
Can we edit this question?
Like you're like this talent, and we bring you on here, and it's like you could like just shoot your own special.
Can you be my tour manager?
Bro, you could have gave it to charity, anything.
Yeah, man. I said a house.
You're a bad guy.
Fuck.
This guy's
As a
invested in
comic,
Vlad
as a
juice.
comic, all you do is buy a house.
We gotta live somewhere, man. We're paying rent. I told you I already hate my landlord.
This is a roast.
You're gonna have to move to Macedonia if you want to buy a house for
I'm
1
going
million.
home.
That's not a lot. That's not a lot.
Man,
Mom.
top 4 comedians ever.
Louis C.K.,
Oh, beautiful.
Dylan Moran,
Okay.
Chris Rock, and Joanne Rivers.
Okay.
Beautiful. At least you threw in one urban.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Louis C.K. being cancelled?
Shit. I don't think they're really harsh with him. I don't think they should be as harsh as they are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
He only wanked in front of people. It's not like he did anything crazy, right?
Yeah, and also the whole thing is that he asked, right? As
Oh
far
yeah,
as
he
I
did
know.
ask. Yeah, he did
And
ask.
they said yes.
Oh,
and
they
then
said yes.
he said apparently, and then he said that he addressed it. In
Yeah,
the
listen to
special.
his stand
He
up.
said even if they said yes, you shouldn't do it. That was his joke. And compared like to what Harvey Weinstein did, who was like, I mean, Harvey Weinstein just did weird things.
Yeah, he jizzed on his
Masturbate in the shower while she's in the room and talk to her like this weird fucking who does that?
You have
You
to
know?
ask before you start masturbating in front of people, and then keep asking.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing.
While making eye contact.
While making eye contact, are you okay?
While tapping your head and rubbing your tummy.
So I feel like some of the backlash deserved, but the fact that also, right, as a society, when we put people, let's say, behind bars, we call that a correctional facility.
Yeah.
It's where people go to correct themselves. We give them a second chance because we need to move forward together. Right? He went and he published an apology publicly. Right? So we need to give him a chance to correct himself. He admitted. So we have to let him move on. We can't like fucking keep him there and just fucking beat him up.
Yeah,
Because then what that says about us?
that's a
You know?
society. Yeah.
It's true.
It's the same thing with like.
So on that note, are we gonna hit the words of wisdom?
Yeah, let's leave us with some words of wisdom.
words
It's
of
40
wisdom.
minutes,
Yeah.
man. We've
Albert Einstein.
Go on.
Life is like riding a bicycle.
yeah.
You have to keep moving to keep balanced. But then you get hit by a bus. That's
Albert Einstein said that.
No, I said that.
Okay.
That was my addition. I added that.
Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Whoa.
Dude, you've been
been a
amazing,
pleasure,
man.
man.
And thank you to
Thank you.
Alvaro for this great video.
Bring out the rum. Oh, sorry, we're still on.
Thank you very much, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, man, and get us to 10 million subscribers, please, quickly, man. We need to
I
move
wanna
out
buy
of
that
Tony's
house
basement. Yeah,
in an urban area.
it's cheaper.
Getting cancelled. Hashtag cancelled.